go do the Sidecar Race Championships. Check this bad ride out, guys. This thing's awesome. This is an all-season. It's more like buying a car than a motorcycle. You can use it for shopping. You can use it to take the whole family out. You can put your dog in the side. We sold a few sidecar rigs. One was a Gold Wing to a guy in Florida, had 3 big dogs, and they rode in the sidecar, and they loved it. This thing's freaking awesome. I bought a brand new 100th anniversary Harley Davidson sidecar rig. It was $35,000, and it didn't handle as good as this. I'll tell you why. Look at the front forks on these things, man. The unit forks. That's where the magic happens. This is set up as a sidecar rig. Look at the front tire. It's got a flat front tire on it, perfectly flat like on a car, because you don't lean a motorcycle. Harley doesn't do that on their sidecar rigs. That's why they don't make them anymore. You got to put a flat front tire on it. And look at the rear tire on this thing. It's got a big knobby on this. This thing, you can take it off-road. This is the ultimate adventure machine. Ronnie and I are going to go send it for a rip. We'll be right back. Turns on a dime, man. Classic Honda CB754s like this, restored, are going in the $6,000 to $10,000 range. If you buy a 69, the Sandcast, those bring a 69 Sandcast 750 starts at around 30 grand. So the classic Honda 74 platform itself is very valuable, but you put onto that this major upgrade on the front end in the sidecar rig. You're looking at, if you can find a dealer that'll put a sidecar rig like this on your car for under 5 grand, that's about what they go for installed. They're not that popular here in the United States as they are overseas. They use a lot more of these overseas. This one's hooked up to really handle amazing. Got to look at the rear tire. Kenny, show them the rear tire, because that's key. It has a Enduro tire on the back, and the rear rim was upgraded to a 16-inch. So you got this massive Enduro tire on the back, nice and wide. It also has a new gold chain on there, and it has progressive suspension shocks. So the rear shocks are upgraded, a little heavier spring for the sidecar. The front unit forks have an excellent set of shocks on them. They're very stiff and firm, and it's got a disc brake on the front. You also have the brake system on the sidecar. If you look, there's an independent brake right here. Right there for the sidecar, so you can press both at the same time in the event of a panic stop. I'm gonna turn the idle down a little bit here. There we go, that's better. The original factory seat is 50 years old. It's not perfect, it shows a little patina. The original Honda paint on the tank and side covers isn't perfect, but it looks pretty damn good for a 50-year-old classic. And the best part about it is you got your black and gold and green. You've got the black and gold on the forks. So it matches really nice. The gold chain plays nicely with the gold decals on the tank. The thing's spotless. Ronnie detailed this, so I asked him, Ronnie, hey, you earned the honor to go for a ride in. What do you think, Ronnie?
It's actually pretty fun. Really fun. Safe too, and comfortable.
You're warm in there?
Yes, sir. Sure.
There's also storage behind the seat. There's storage in the front. You can take your family out on this thing, man. Take the whole family out. Put 2 or 3 passengers on the bike. You can put your kids and your dog in the sidecar, or one of your friends. Take your girlfriend and your best friend out on it. Just a cool piece, man. The frame is in mint condition on the sidecar. The bike's tuned perfectly, and I got a work order for it that I'll go over with you. The wizard just went through it and cleaned the carbs. The engine has been rebuilt. The cylinders and heads and head gasket, everything's been gone through by the previous owner, and he put a 4-in-1 exhaust on it. So really cool piece. 25 degrees out today here. It's 7 degrees below freezing. There's no way that he would be comfortable in the sidecar rig. If he was on the back of a bike, he'd be freezing his ass off with no helmet on. But in that, it's almost like a little car, you know? You could also set it up with a little heater inside there, because you could put a 12-volt heater in there, because there's a battery. The battery for the bike is in the sidecar. And if you're gonna go on vacation with this thing, you've got room for a big luggage bag. You can strap to the luggage rack on the back here, and you of course can put saddlebag on here. You can put a set of saddlebags on. You can put a back rack on here. You can put a backrest. There's a lot of room for luggage on this bike, because you have the sidecar rig, and of course you've got the room for 1 or 2 extra passengers. But take another look at, I can't stress the importance of this front end setup. This is why this is a much better handling sidecar rig than the brand new Harley Davidson. The forks are set up. This is a sidecar style fork, and this tire is perfectly flat like on a car. Why? Because you don't lean a sidecar rig. It leans hardly at all. And it's got the right rear tires. Is exactly the best way to set up a sidecar rig. The tire on the sidecar is got an enduro style tread on it too, so it's gonna grip real nice. This is a bike you could ride in the snow. Straight up, you could ride this in the snow, because it's got a snow tire tread on the front tire, and it's got a snow tire tread on the back, which means you can take it off-road, and you know, as long as you're not going in, you know, Baja, you know, super sandy or whatever, you can take this off-road. It'll go up that hill over there, the hill climb over there. I took it up there, the grassy hill over there. I took it up there last summer. So the bike's been here for it's been on display in the museum all summer long. It's the end of our season. There's no ticket sales right now, and we need extra money, so we're having a big auction this weekend. This is one of the 50 bikes we're going to be auctioning off to help pay our electric bill alone here in this building's over $3,000. We have 16 electric heaters in here, just for the stair towers. Each stair tower has an electric heater on each floor, so there's 16 electric heaters, and then we got the propane heaters, and then we got the electric, and then we got all the street lights. It's thousands of dollars just for the electricity bill, and the mortgage and taxes. You know, $30,000 a year in taxes, property tax, a lot of overhead. So I'd love to keep this thing. It's a really cool piece, fun family wagon, but we're gonna sell it and raise some funds for the museum. Guys, this is a convertible roof. This actually comes off for summertime use. I just opened it up to let Ronnie out. I want to show you how easy it is to put it back on. But before I do, check out the thermometer on here. It's got a really cool little thermometer on here. Look at the upholstery on this thing. It's basically brand new, man. The doesn't look like there's any footwear on there, and there's tons of storage in the front there. There's an extra set of keys right here, and in the back you've got room. Take a look in the back here. That's where the battery goes, and you got room for luggage in the back. So if you want to long distance cruiser or something to use, if you want to use this as a daily rider and grocery getter. Ronnie, what do you think?
Dude, that was actually really fun. Some of the best fun I've actually had in a while. Actually, first time riding on like a motorcycle or a sidecar thing in person. So that was actually a good experience to do, you know.
And were you cold at all?
No, it was actually pretty warm. It actually felt like a car in the wintertime, like when you just crank the heat on and turn it off and it's warm. This felt pretty good, and we got a decent jacket on. It's about 45 in the cockpit, so.
Yeah, it's 27 outside, so that's definitely working.
Definitely.
Hey, thanks for, guys, Ronnie, this was the first vehicle Ronnie did. How many months ago was it?
Almost a year ago
Almost a year ago when we got the bike. This is one of the first ones Ronnie detailed, and you and Brown Batman worked on it, and you guys put about 40 hours into it from what I remember.
I would say so.
Top to bottom, front to back, every nook and cranny on it was detailed. They touch-up painted the frame, they painted the cylinders, cleaned up all the chrome, they buffed the sidecar rig out, they buffed the paint on this. I mean, this is I think this was in fact one of the first projects you did here, wasn't it?
Exactly, the first one, then was RT triple.
Yep, you did a beautiful job on it, Ronnie, and I figured you deserved the honor for the first ride in the sidecar rig, so thanks, man.
Thanks,
Keep up the good work, brother. We gotta have fun every day, man. Hey, you're gonna be dead a long time. Have some fun, man. And at the back of the bike, again, it's got a 130/90 16-inch massive rear tire on a 16-inch rear wheel, which is completely upgraded from the stock. I think stock is 18 on the rear wheel. And of course, the front wheel is a 21-inch. So the front and rear wheel have been changed in addition to the entire front fork assembly to make it the sidecar rig capable. Battery for the bike is in the sidecar. This sidecar is set up with a brake assembly, and if you come around this side right here, you can see the Velorexport. It's a Velorex sidecar, but there's a tag on there that says Velorexport and a model number on there. Can you read that? It's model number 562.
I'll take a picture of it.
Model number 562. That's the type of sidecar, if you're wondering what it is. It does have the rack, does have the convertible top. The windshield's like brand new on it. So as far as the bike itself is concerned, it has a new battery in it. The tank has been removed from the bike and bicarbonate sodium blasted on the inside and cleaned out completely. It looks real clean on the inside. And the outside, the original factory paint, is in pretty good shape for a 50-year-old paint shop. That's for damn sure. The petcock on it is a brand new replacement petcock. We had 5 brand new replacement petcocks in stock that we tried. Each one of them leaked a little bit, so as far as gas would run through in the off position. So we actually put a second petcock past that underneath the carburetor to make sure the carbs don't get flooded. So it's got 2 brand new petcocks on it, brand new fuel lines. The carbs were taken out of the motorcycle and completely dismantled. There's 4 separate carburetors here, and they were completely rebuilt. The carbs were split, the rack was split, and we replaced all 8 O-rings in between the carbs. We cleaned the carbs, we replaced the bowl gaskets in the front needle and seat, and adjusted and synchronized the carburetor. So the entire carburetor assembly's been completely rebuilt. We have a new air filter and airbox cover on the bottom on order on eBay that didn't come in yet, should be in shortly. That will be installed on the bike before it's shipped out. Again, the gas cap, gas tank was fuel lines, petcocks, and carbs are completely rebuilt. The oil was changed. The what else can I tell you? Oh, it's got VP non-ethanol fuel in there. It's got a new chain on it. Obviously, the rear tire and front tire are in like new condition and upgraded. I already mentioned that. I think that pretty much covers it. It's been tuned up, and she's ready to go. It's just an awesome handling sidecar rig, and it's a lot of fun, and certainly, absolutely, a conversation starter anywhere you go. If you're getting a little too old to ride a motorcycle and you want something you can continue your riding career, I know a lot of people have had injuries, injured foot, back. If you have one leg, heck, if you're in a wheelchair, I think you could ride this bike if you can get on it. We had a guy in a wheelchair come to the shop on a trike the other day. So definitely a cool piece that'll extend your riding season if you're perfectly healthy. If you're not riding because of health reasons, well, this'll get you back on a motorcycle. So, Junior, is there anything you'd like to add? I know you know a lot about the vintage 74s and values and all that. What are your thoughts?
Guys, we brought this in like a year ago, and first time Senior rode it, he was like, "This is the best handling sidecar rig I've ever ridden on." And no doubt, it's definitely solid. It doesn't feel sketchy. It's pretty predictable, and this is an awesome motor. But that's all I've got to say.
It's probably worth the bike with the standard front end on it in stock configuration is probably worth $7,000 to $10,000, maybe more. So with a sidecar rig, a $5,000 sidecar rig, you do the math. It's any 4-cylinder Japanese motorcycle with a sidecar like this is a unique market and a unique asset that there's really no competition for it. I guarantee you there's not another classic Honda 754 on the planet today available for sale. Certainly not on eBay or Craigslist or Facebook. We looked with a sidecar rig. They're just not out there. It's a truly one of a kind. I think the green with the 754 logos and the gold and black on the tank plays really nicely with the unit fork decal and the anodizing on the unit forks, the gold anodizing on the clamps, and the gold anodizing on the rear chain. So it's just a real classic piece. And again, this was in the museum on display all summer long. The museum's closed weekends. We're not getting a lot of visitors now because it's freaking freezing cold up here. So we're having a big auction to raise some money to get us through the winter. If you have any questions about this classic, give us a call. 860-454-7024. Ship it anywhere in the country for you. It's a kick-ass piece. Classic Honda 754. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and God bless America.